Super Mario Bros. U is one of my favorite Mario games. Every couple of months I return to the game and beat it. But I usually not only beat the game, but also challenge myself to beat it in a certain way, to make the playthrough more interesting. I've beaten the game deathless, I've beaten the game without ever picking up a power-up, I've learned the speedrun and challenged myself to beat the game within a certain time window. Stuff like that. It just keeps the game challenging and interesting. So for my latest playthrough, I thought it would be fun to try to collect the least amount of coins possible, while still beating the game. I gave this a try, not knowing what I just did. So today, several weeks later, I'm finally done routing this. In this video, we'll take a look at all the challenges that await us if we try to collect as little coins as possible. And we will finally find out what the least amount of coins required to beat New Super Mario Bros. U is. So are you ready? Let's do this! Okay, so what's the basic plan? If we want to actually theory craft a route through the game where Mario collects the least amount of coins possible, but still defeats Bowser, then we need to cleverly use everything the game gives us to work with. We will enter most of the levels with the acorn suit and just try to use the insane air movement it provides to dodge coins. Mario Bros. U features tons of secret exits that allow us to skip levels. The first one in World 1-2, which should make it possible for us to skip a lot of dangerous stages. If we are stuck with using the acorn suit, we still have the option to either use Mario's small hitbox as Small Mario to dodge coins, we can eat a delicious mini mushroom to get even smaller, and we have a joker in case of emergency, the strange pink mini Yoshi that gives us insane additional movement options for optimal dangerous coin dodgery. If we want to determine the minimum amount of coins required, then we first need to route the game in the optimal way. Doing this is surprisingly difficult because New Super Mario Bros. U features tons of different paths towards its last stage. The first thing we need to do is to do a normal playthrough of the game, where we just try to find out which levels are really easy to do coinless and which stages are problematic and should be avoided if possible. Then we need to find out which secret exits are available to us and which stages can be skipped this way. So with this information, we are able to plan a route that minimizes the stages that are problematic. All we need to do afterwards is to grind each and every level on this route for hours, while picking up the least amount of coins possible. Once all of this is done, we should know the minimum amount of coins that is required to beat New Super Mario Bros. U. So let's first take a look at the route I came up with, and let's collect all the levels that are problematic for whatever reason in a list and discuss those afterwards. The first routing problem already appears in World 1-2. We can't take the secret exit here, because the path to the second exit flag is inhabited with dangerous but shiny coins. There is no way to get through this path without collecting several coins. That's a huge setback early on our journey to route the game with the fewest amount of coins possible. The shortcut would have taken us directly to World 3, skipping a huge part of the first and the entire second world. That's pretty bad, but at least the rest of World 1 features no problems otherwise. World 2 is where we run into our first unavoidable coin. We'll take a look at this one in a second. We can leave World 2 by the secret exit that takes us directly into the jungle. We can skip a significant part of the jungle by using another secret exit, and most of the levels here are pretty straightforward. The only one that worries me is the Seesaw Bridge stage, because the coin layouts here are pretty nasty. World 6 features 3 stages that are definitely impossible without collecting a single coin. But World 6 also features the highest amount of secret exits, and after a little bit of experimentation, I found a route that avoids all levels that force us to pick up a coin. There is, however, one stage in this world that contains coins in a horrible layout that may force us to collect some anyway. We only need to do 4 stages in the 7th world thanks to the secret ghost house exit, but 3 out of those 4 stages feature stuff that really has me worried. The last world luckily is a little bit easier. Only Red Hot Elevator Ride is problematic here. Okay, so now we got a plan. We have 7 coins that we are likely forced to collect. First, let's clear all stages without collecting a single coin that are not on this list, so that we don't have to worry about them any longer. We sadly can't go over each stage in detail, because otherwise this video would be several hours long, but a lot of those levels are pretty challenging. There is nothing in them that makes them super over the top exciting. They just often require really precise play to dodge all coins. There is a link to the raw footage of me clearing all those stages coinless in the description. Cool, 7 coins left. Luckily, we can immediately remove one of those coins, the coin in Seesaw Bridge. Turns out I just saw a bunch of rotating platforms covered with coins and panicked. I actually planned to bring a pink Yoshi into the stage so that we were able to fly over some of the later platforming challenges, completely ignoring all the coin circles that threaten our scientific cause. But as it turns out, it's actually surprisingly simple to make it over those platforms coinless, as long as we use the acorn suit. So that's 1 coin off of our list. Hooray! 6 to go. The next one to get rid of is the one in Land of the Flying Blocks. Land of the Flying Blocks sadly not only contains flying blocks, but tons and tons of flying coins as well. We have to make our way through the stage while riding this cloud train, but there are several coin layouts in the stage that are impossible to dodge while on top of the cloud. The coins just fly towards us in patterns that sometimes simply can't be dodged. So figuring that one out took me forever, but it's actually possible. All we need to do is to load in the coins early by either not activating the platform at all or by racing faster than the cloud platform moves to load all coins in so that we're able to stay in a spot where they can't assault us, while still being fast enough to make it back to the platform afterwards. That's another coin off of our list. 5 to go. Next stop, Red Hot Elevator Ride. The problem here is the following. We have to ride this red and presumably hot elevator to the top of the stage, but as soon as a bob arm, a Goomba or a coin is on top of the elevator stops. So usually we'd pick up the coin and forget about it, but we can't do that for obvious and very reasonable reasons. So as soon as a coin lands on the platform, we're pretty screwed. But there is a trick possible in this stage that I learned about while watching the speedrun. If Mario is too far away from the platform, the elevator secretly moves upwards without him. But if the elevator secretly moves upwards, the coins on top of it don't. That allows us to remove coins on top of the elevator in the first part of the stage, which makes it possible to beat this part without collecting any coins. The second part of the stage is luckily far easier, because in the second half, more and more bob arms drop onto the platform. Usually bob arms are more dangerous than coins, but not today. So we can remove another worrisome coin off of our list, which leaves us with 4. We're making really great progress so far. Let's take a look at the 1 coin that can't be avoided. At the beginning of World 2, the path diverges and we have 2 levels to choose from. The one is Perilous Poke Cave, the other one is Fire Snake Cavern. But both of these stages aren't really great options. Perilous Poke Cave is really easy to do, until the very last room. But the very last room features this super horrible part. Here we need to enter this pipe, and that's a huge problem, because all the platforms below are inhabited by silly achievement run ending coins, and we can't simply fly into the pipe, because there isn't enough distance between the coins and the pipe. But the other option, Fire Snake Cavern, is just straight up stupid. This stage starts with a pipe, and as soon as we leave this pipe, this sneaky coin takes us by surprise. There is literally no way to dodge this dumb coin. I tried for over an hour, but it's impossible. No idea what Nintendo was thinking when placing this coin. So we're basically soft-locked at this point. In 2-2, we can't leave the level because we can't reach the exit pipe. In 2-3, we can't even enter the level without being assaulted by a coin. And skipping World 2 is no option either, since the secret exit entrance that would skip it is besieged by a bunch of worthless coins. Sadly, we're stuck here. The best solution is to just bite the bullet in Fire Snake Cavern to eat this stupid coin and to do the rest of the cavern coinless. So that's 1 we can't get rid of. 3 left to investigate. The first one is in Fuzzy Clifftops in World 6. Fuzzy Clifftops is a nightmare. The stage features tons of bottomless pits, fuzzies on tracks that are surprisingly difficult to keep track of, incredibly annoying coin layouts that move around to make things even worse, platforms that cycle up and down between shiny yet deadly coins, and worst of all, tons of coins on tracks that are completely unpredictable. It took me a while to route the first part of the level. Luckily we have access to a Yoshi here who he helps, I guess. And then the stage confronts us with this area. An area that I'd like to call the fuzzying coin feeder cliff of your run ends here. Holy fuzzy, that part. So there are 8 fuzzies that fly in completely unpredictable patterns around here. The area is too big to just fly over. There are these moving platforms that not only have coins above, but also below them. And the coins are laid out in a way that makes it impossible to run over the platforms. There's simply too much going on, too fast to really keep track of it. So I grinded that part for hours. and I actually made it through it, but I'm still not entirely sure how I did it. Mario landed on this platform, took damage, and then somehow slipped miraculously below all these loser coins without touching any of them. I guess the do silly things in fun games gods were graceful this time. Another coin off of our list. The next coin we need to investigate lives inside the slide lift tower. This stage is problematic for a very important scientific cause for two reasons. The first problem is at the end of the stage. The last coin layout in this castle requires us to wear the acorn suit in order to dodge it, but directly before is this area. Here we're supposed to jump over Firebro's fireball, but the area where we are supposed to evade the fireball is filled with shiny yet deadly coins, so this jump is way more challenging than usual, directly at the end of the level. That wouldn't be too bad if it wasn't for another problem in this stage. So let's talk about ninja coins. Ninja coins are evil, sneaky and scheming coins that ambush us in situations we least expected. They make us believe a path is safe only to immediately assault us as soon as we aren't able to dodge them anymore. They shoot out of the ceiling, they jump out of the ground, they suddenly appear out of thin air. They're horrible, bad, depraved coins and they're willing to do anything to end our run. But we can't let them win. The whole tower is inhabited with those objectively evil ninja coins. It's even possible to pick up coins through the floor here. It's a nightmare. So what we need to do is to jump through the tower in a really strange way that actually dodges all those assaulting coins without losing the acorn suit until the end. That one took me forever, but I actually managed to leave this horrible tower coinless. Hooray! I hope we never ever encounter a ninja coin again. So with that, there is only one last coin left to investigate, and this one is located in Ludwig's Clockwork castle. This stage has two troublesome areas, and both feature sledge bros, because of course they do. The first one is here. The problem here is that we can't fly over this ugly turtle because of these coins, but taking the path below is really challenging, since the sledge bro causes earthquakes that cause us to fall into this pit. Solving this is luckily easier than a first thought. All that we have to do is to leave our helpful acorn suit at home for once, and to just run below those coins as small Mario, which makes this area still challenging, but absolutely doable. The next part, however, let's call this area the Eat a Coin or I'll Crush Ya. If we want to make it through the Eat a Coin or I'll Crush Ya without eating a coin, we need to do the following. We first need to jump here and let the crusher pass. Then we have to do these surprisingly tight jumps over the coins, but we need to do them fast before the crusher comes back, while also watching out for the stupid sledge bro who causes earthquakes and throws hammers. And then we have to repeat the exact same process once again. So that may sound pretty challenging, but not impossible at first glance. And I would agree with you if it wasn't for the fact that the sledge bro always throws its hammer at the same time we have to jump up here. I did this about 20 times and hammer over hammer over hammer landed on poor Mario's head. It was almost re-traumatizing. So I wasn't able to pull it off. The hammer is timed in a way that makes me pretty sure that it is impossible to make it through this part as small Mario. So I tried tons of different things to make it through this part, and I actually found a solution. The mini mushroom. With the mini mushroom, Mario's hitbox is actually so mini that he's able to run below the coins. This allows us to make it through this area so fast that we can actually skip pausing in this hole, and we're able to leave it without a single coin. Hooray! We got the game down to a single coin. Isn't that fantastic? We proved that it's actually possible to beat New Super Mario Bros. U with only collecting a single coin. Who am I kidding? God, that's frustrating. A single coin. One single coin. It's only one coin standing between us and proving that New Super Mario Bros. U can actually be beaten coinless. That's so frustrating. We've come so far. We made it through the fuzzy and coin feeder cliff of Your Run Ends here. We dodged countless tricky coin layouts. The Sledge Bros weren't able to stop us, neither was the Red Hot Elevator. We sacrificed Yoshi, all for the greater goal of beating the game coinless. We even escaped an ancient ninja coin tribe. And now this run ends because of this incredibly dumb, undodgeable coin in World 2. That's so stupid. So I decided to look into our World 2 coin softlog once again. Trying to find a way through this tunnel coinless is pointless, that's just straight up impossible. And I decided not to try to search for a way to dodge that dumb, silly, stupid and wreckful coin any longer, because the situation between us is already pretty tense and I don't want things to escalate. So I decided to search for a way to enter this pipe coinless. I tried it as Mini Mario. I tried jumping off of Yoshi's back. I tried flying in. I tried flying in while using the weird pink Yoshi. I searched for a power block or a spring or anything that might help us here. But none of these ideas worked out. But then I remembered something I've seen in the speedrun of the game. In this stage, speedrunners enter this pipe through an angle that is seemingly impossible. Once Mario enters this pipe, the game moves him into the position where it wants him to be. In this case, it even moves him through a blooper. So, as it turns out, pipes can be entered by pressing upwards while hitting the corner of them. I tried to find a setup that allows us to enter the pipe that is standing between us and a perfect route. And after a lot of trying, I found something. If we spin jump as Acorn Mario, wall jump at the highest point of the spin, fly towards the pipe and activate our upwards boost at the moment we're at the corner of the pipe, then we're able to enter it without collecting any of the coins at the bottom. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we just proved that New Super Mario Bros. U can be beaten coinless. Mario is able to rescue his beloved princess completely broke. Hooray! For anyone who wants to give this route a try, there is a link to the raw footage of me beating each level without collecting a coin in the description. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and maybe feel especially like it has been proven that New Super Mario Bros. U can be beaten coinless today, and want to hit the subscribe button as well. I hope that all of you have a wonderful day and to see you soon. Goodbye!